Follow Equestria Brotherhood by Wolf. Chapter 19. First Shot. How much is one going to give for freedom? For one's ideals? A heart, a life, his soul or more? In the end, though, the cost of freedom is much more than that. And that is something we will never truly understand. The cool wind blew hard in the early morning of Ironhoe City. The city never slept, and in some way or another, it was always busy, always moving. Emperor Vladimir stood out in the hall, small iron-railed balcony of the tower, wind blowing his fresh new mane in the wind, as he gazed at the faintly glowing city around him. Like always, the top halves of the buildings were lit, while the bottom halves remained dark and mysterious. His dark green eyes looking intensely at the whole of the city, endlessly, never blinking, never moving, just staring, thinking deeply to himself. He had cut his mane the night before. Rather than the old curtain mane that hung down round his neck and head, he removed it and made a new style for himself. His new mane was made into a ponytail, with shorter bangs in the front of his head, and parted ways shortly down the middle. He rather enjoyed his new look. It made him feel younger, stronger, more confident with himself as opposed to his older, more hideous look. There was a small stand next to him, with a hole in it, and a terminal next to the hole. In this opening was a large bottle of wine, red wine, and a very old brew that was older than he was. It was still early dawn, and light had not shown itself to the world, and as the morning progressed, the wind became more calm and tame with the starting of the new day. All the while he continued to think. He blinked for the first time in a few minutes as he felt a sudden but sharp pain emerge from the side of his head. With a quick and urgent motion, he grabbed the wine bottle with a telekinetic field from his horn, and quickly gulped a single swig of his wine. Within seconds the pain subsided. He put the wine back down in its place, and sighed stressfully while rubbing the side of his head with one hoof gently. "What am I going to do?" he moaned. "I try, yet it still seems to happen." Levitated the wine over to him, with the label on the front. "Is this what it has come down to?" "Yes, you know it to be true," a dark masked hissing voice cooed to him. He turned around to look behind him in panic, and saw a black shadow-like alicorn standing right behind him. Its features were distorted and blurred, but its soul-piercing blank-eyed eyes stood out in nearly all the few features the spectre had. Vladimir frowned at the figure. "It's you again." The shadowy creature moved to his side, chuckling to itself. "It would seem so." "What is it you want this time?" The creature reeled back and mockingly stated, "Me, wanting something from you. Never." "That's such a dumb question," he grunted. The spectre shook his head disapprovingly. "Tsk, tsk, tsk. Red, my dear boy, is that the way you want to talk to a friend? I mean, what would your mother think of you using such harsh words?" "Is this what your purpose is? To taunt me?" "Well, yes and no. My purpose is to remind you of what you are, little rat, and to assure you live out your full potential out in the waste. Though it is fun to see you squirm when you get." Vladimir turned away and looked down at the sand, he thought. That name? "Yes, little rat. Your mother's like that name. Though personally I think it sounds stupid. What about Crimson Red? Oh, now that's a name. This is like that idiotic name your mother and father gave you." "You watch what you say, you demon spawn!" he snapped. "If you dare speak about the way again, You'll do. He purred drinkily. "Hit me. Sentence me to be crucified like all those pigs I killed during the purging. Would you rather have been gutted like those traitors you so willingly killed?" Close to his ears, walked out the voice of a shout. "No! I, I didn't mean to. I hated them. They needed to die. They, they took my. Shut up! Leave me alone. I'll never leave, so long as you live." The shadow put his head close to his hoof-covered ear and whispered, "How does it feel, little rat, to be alone?" Enraged, Vladimir flailed his hoof at the shadow. Leave me alone! He shouted, seeing nothing was there. In demented anger, he panted heavily, looking around nervously around the little area around him. He went to the back of his neck, while taking a quick sip of the wine next to him. Shuffling groggily, he went over to the railing on the edge of the balcony, and leaned against it as he tried to calm down and relax. He breathed in and out slowly as he examined the area around him once more. This wasn't the first time he had seen whatever that thing was. Not until recently it happened to him. Till he started seeing the apparition. For most of the time he heard it was only a voice. The kind of voice one only hears in the farthest reaches of their mind. So most of the times, it would come and go within minutes, its new, more physical visitings lasting longer. It was all in his head, at least he thought it was. Though he found the only thing to delay, and prevent at times the sudden headaches and spectral moments was red wine. He wasn't sure as to why it worked, but it did. A legion soldier stepped onto the balcony from the inside of the building. He looked at his emperor and saluted him sharply before speaking. "You're right, sir. You look a bit pale." Vladimir was still breathing heavily to calm himself down. However, he tried his best to lighten his breathing and appear more calm. Yes, I'm fine. What is it?" "On the main line. Coming to cover of Arcane perimeter. Wants to speak with you on the terminal. Sir!" Straightening himself up, he nodded to the soldier. "Is that all you, Sir Tim? Do you require more wine, sir?" "No. Now please get out. I wish to speak with him alone." The soldier bowed gracefully before continuing. "Yes, my lord." The soldier left, going back inside, leaving the emperor alone on the balcony once more. He turned to the terminal on the stand that was next to his wine and turned it on. For a moment, though, as he stared at the now working screen of the small computer, he looked around him once more, curiously, to make sure he was alone. As he finished scanning the area behind him, he went back to the terminal and switched to the main channel the lieutenant was on. A second for the terminal to switch over to the main channel. Once it did, he could hear the lieutenant clearly. "Yes. What is it, Lieutenant? Do speak clearly." "Yes, my lord, I will try." "Good," explained him bluntly. "Now, what is it?" The lieutenant spoke with urgency in his tone. "It is the captain, sir. He doesn't seem well. I have mutually agreed with his decisions, but I truly believe he is no longer mentally capable of leading." "How so?" the emperor purred sourly. The lieutenant lowered his voice as if it were almost an absolute whisper-like volume. "He has sentenced many to death in the town that don't need to die. He punishes those who have broken small laws he created, and destroys and questions your ISIS and orders. He has even spoken of treason, my lord." Deep inside his chest, the emperor felt a sense of fear touch his heart at the word treason. "Are you sure of that? How dare he even consider that?" "Yes, sir, it is true. In fact, he's more determined to take the town on his own now that he believes that some guardians reside in town." Put his nose to the side of his head as he felt panic and anger build and fester inside of him. What the hell is that bastard of a pony think he is doing? If I knew keeping him out of action this long would affect him this much, how would he even consider that? Yes, sir, it is true. In fact, he's even more determined to take the town on his own now that he believes some of the guardians are inside town. He was inside his head as he felt panic and anger build and fester inside himself. The bastard of a pony think he is doing. If I knew that keeping him out of action this long would prevent him this much, I never would have put him in that position. I understand, sir, but you must act fast if we are to ensure your plans are jeopardized. Vladimir sat down on the balcony floor, leaned forward towards the terminal screen, thinking to himself quietly. He heard a faint scuffling noise from the lieutenant's end, as if he saw something from behind him. "Oh, what's that?" "What was that?" the lieutenant corrected curiously. "What is the matter, Lieutenant?" Nothing, my lord, just the wind," he said in an uncertain manner. The emperor didn't reply to him. Instead, took a second to think. But the more he thought, the more his thoughts closed. He tried to rub the pain away. As he thought, something of the horrible thinking was lost, as he felt the burning become worse and worse, till the pain seemed searing and horrific. He took the wine next to him and drank very quickly to get rid of the pain. "My lord, are you there? How should I proceed?" the lieutenant asked quickly. His voice sounded off, as the emperor heard the dark, mysterious voice once more in a whisper. "Kill him. Show the insolent captain who is God and who is the peasant. Only then can you prove your dominance." The pain left his mind as he glared with a determined anger at the screen. Let him know his mistake. But watch him, for I will deal with him myself. And I'll properly show that this town that the true meaning of fear is. However, if he steps too far into the line, kick him, and I see he is punished for his accounts. The lieutenant was, in a way, shocked at his change of tone, replied, Yes, sir. I'll go see to it. Please, draw his plans to attack, and prepare to attack soon. Very well. Q was saying, St. Trottle. You don't understand. This is a far more terrible things one can do to punish when it's incident as he. The lieutenant wasn't sure if he was talking to him or another. Sir, why are you addressing me? Shut up! He snapped. It doesn't concern the lieutenant. He is loyal. And only I can decide that! Lieutenant's tone sounded worried as he tried to speak to him. I will carry your horse, sir. Please, try and rest. Perhaps you should let me handle it instead. No! No. I don't choose his fate. I am God! Only I can decide his fate! He shouted madly to Lieutenant. Very well, sir. I'll report on the matter later if it needs to be. Cover it out. Like that, his voice went silent as he left the conversation. Once again, though, Vladimir sat there, breathing madly, made fragile about how he reflected or reacted. He looked down to his host with fear and confusion. Oh, what fun it is to mess with your mind. The voice of, I can't wait to see what you do to him. It will be spectacular. Oh, what fun, what fun. But that wasn't me, Vladimir whispered. Oh, but of course it was, my dear boy. Have I ever lied to you? Said the bodiless voice. Put his host down, looked to the sky for a brief moment. In a quiet, gentle tone in his voice, he said, No. Neil was asleep, very asleep. The kind of peaceful rest one would have to take on a lousy sleigh day. And at that moment, hardly anything could wake him. Well, at least, he could have wished that was the case, as Adam opened the door to their room in the inn. The light from the doorway leaked into the dark, silent room his older brother slept in. With a smile, he turned on the single light to illuminate the small room. Wake up, brother! You slept in long enough! Adam called, coming over to his older sibling's bedside. His eyes peeked open before he hissed in agitation. Whilst quickly covering his eyes with his forelegs. Instantly, he felt soreness develop his head. The light! It burns! He moaned in agony. Adam sat down on the edge of his bed and helped him sit up with his host, still protecting his eyes from the dim light that supposedly hurt his eyes. Neil's head soreness slowly subsided as he sat up. However, he refused to take his hose off his eyes. Adam put a hoof on his mechanical foreleg and spoke to him in a reassuring way. Brother, please open your eyes. Red Claire, the sheriff, and the mayor all want to see you at the fences we set up early this morning. No, Adam, my eyes. Can't I just, go blindfolded? Neil suggested. Adam gave him a playful, sarcastic glare. You had 5 ciders last night. Neil put his host down and read a dumbfounded look, keeping his eyes closed. Really? Because I'm pretty sure it was 100. Adam put his hoof on his older brother's shoulder, trying to speak reassuring as possible. Just try and open one eye. You kidding me? Rest of my eyes frying like cooked meat. Nope, no way, he protested. Adam frowned at him, and he still retained his reassuring tone. Brother, don't be stubborn. You can't help if you can't see. Neo sighed. You sure it was just 5? Adam nodded and gave him a kind smile once more. Just open them slowly, and one at a time, like taking full steps. Neil was unsure of the current situation, but he trusted his brother, even if he wasn't any kind of maniac. Fine, he grunted. He slowly opened his left eye, even though it stung his eye. He continued to open it. Once it was open, the pain gradually subsided. With the other, he did the same, stinging sensation and feeling regret. He really didn't want to get up, even if he didn't get anything done. His eyes were fully open, blinking, though the stinging slowly died down. He still wasn't happy he had to get up. Was that so hard? Adam snickered at him in a playful manner. Neil folded his forelegs, swallowing up his pride. No, he muttered. Adam chuckled and got off the bed he sat on, and motioned for his brother to come with him. Come on, brother. We got a long day ahead of us. And I heard Cherry might be here with her mom checking the defenses. Can you have food with them? He raised an eyebrow. Well, when you put it that way, he said with a small leap from his bed and a quick rub of his eyes. Neil put on his duster and rolled up his sleeve on his pip block to lay rest on, before grabbing his bags and head rag. They both walked down the stairs of the inn. Once they were on the main floor of the building, Adam pointed out the number of cider mugs where he sat last night. Neo just chuckled inwardly and shrugged, retaining his embarrassed grin. Once Adam was done pointing out the few ciders he had the night before, they went through the saloon like the doors of the inn, and stepped onto the main dirt road of the town. What surprised Neo was just how busy everyone was. All the townsfolk seemed content with what they were doing, as they went boarding up windows, preparing positions in case of an attack. Even on the second-story buildings, there were ponies preparing up about positions. Cult affiliates even helped with the small things, as they fumbled and chuckled as they performed simpler tasks around the town. Near the main gate of the town, the mayor, her daughter, Red Claire, and the sheriff stood holding weapons while surrounded by several other ponies listening to them speak. Neo followed his brother as they approached the group ahead of them. Neo was surprised, though. They had gotten so much done in one morning. It was clear that these ponies were driven by the wonderful, promising hope of freedom. As they approached, Neo noticed a large rope made into a half circle around the intersection of the main gate. Inside the area, the rope was covered with a small, almost unnoticeable loads of dirt. Though it didn't seem important, it was still an odd thing that hadn't been there before. Red Glare and other town officials stood at the mid-center of the group, with them speaking to the small group. If the mines go off, you'll have to focus on retaining the remaining dragon drivers. If they get too close to the main hall, we won't last much longer. But the key factor to remember here is that we're just trying to give the digging team time. Now, as of course, if the Legion attacks us while we're still digging. If all goes to not go well, we need to fall back to the barricade in Sarah Town. And there, we should have a decent fortified position we can continue to buy us time. Now, first things first, we need to get that barricade started. So go to your homes, find whatever you can, and pile it outside in the street near the middle of town. Once we got all that together, we can start building the actual barricade. Until that's done, you have no more orders. I'll call you back when you're done. As the two came out to the midst of talk, and sent them to go finish setting up their positions, Red Glare saw the other officials coming up to them and greeted them. I see you got Neo up, the mayor said. Neo gave him a faint sleeper's glare. Yeah. Took a little convincing, but I got him up, Adam stated proudly. Well, I'm glad he's up, Glare stated sternly. We come far ways from old occupational days. So, thanks to the group, we can eat for a few days. What about the weapons? Where's the food, Adam? Neo asked. Oh, well, they're not really giving you now. Sorry, that's the only way I figured I'd get you up. Neo just rolled his eyes out and tried to forget that food was gloriously waiting for him. At that point, he didn't pay any mind to the two. A red glare instead went about answering Neo's question. For the data you gave us on the whereabouts of the weapon, we showed the mayor and she gave us the green light to retrieve them. I sent a few ponies to get them. Hopefully there's something good, or else we might be a few guns short and a little low on ammo. What about this rope? What's it for? Anna put his head high in the air as he eagerly waited to answer the question. Go ahead, Adam, Terry told him with a smile. Well, it took me a few minutes, but once you learn how signals work, it's not that hard to come up with enough thing in my minds. Neil looked down idly, a single eyebrow raised at his statement. Remote activated mines? Yep, Adam squeaked with pride. This rope marks the zone the mines are in. Once trouble comes through, we'll remove it and we can remotely activate them from the town hall. The sheriff took a few steps forward and added, Roll there, but the bull wire wagon smithereens and to get too close for comfort. So far, though, the defense seems to be well placed for now. We're just touching things up while we wait for the recovery team to bring back the weapons on the radar settlement. Red said, levitating the gun out of its holster, spinning it back in the air impressively. Red Glare put the gun back in its place and nodded to the others. Neo, Adam, Terry, it'll be a load of help if you go to the digging site and check on the miners. That's the one place we haven't checked on yet today. From what I hear, though, they dug in pretty far in, a little time they've been digging. As for me and the rest of us, Red Glare sighed tiredly, looking to the mayor and sheriff, we need to check on the barricade supplies. If all goes well, we may not need a Sarah barricade. With a tip from the sheriff's hat and a nod from the other two, Red Glare said, Good luck taking, tell Iron Vein I said hi, will ya? Didn't take long after he had to take the mayor and sheriff off to check the barricade supplies. Just let the three others alone. Neil turned around to the town hall, gave a small relieving sigh. Well, I guess we got stuff to do. Better get started. The sooner we do this, the sooner we can eat. And Cherry chuckled to themselves. Let's just go. You can think of food later, brother. After Adam said that, the 3 ponies made their way down to the street in Town Hall. Terry taking the lead, and was taking it where the tunnel was being dug. On the dirt road and all over town, ponies ran and trotted, taking chairs, tables, and other random assorted items with them, as they all went in sorts of directions around town. There were 2-story buildings across from each other, and the three took into account as they watched ponies and windows set what seemed to be bombing stations. As the three walked into the street, a small colt with a young filly at his side came up to him. He had a blue and red striped bands tied to the forelegs, and the large old metal post was added as creative, but childish helmets on a small head. Cherry! Cherry! The colt yelled in excited answer. C and the two brothers paused for a moment as they watched them come up to Cherry. Hello, Tail. Hello, Tattle. C said in a warm, calming tone to them. The small orange coat had a smell on his saddlebag inside, stuffed. His expression was vibrant as he and the filly looked on in excitement. Look what we're helping Mother with! They're called lizard bands! All the extra fabric she had from scavenging is being used to make them. She leaned down with a motherly smile. My. You sure have been busy this morning. Did you make these all by yourselves? The little colt puffed up his chest and gave her a cocky grin. You bet! Me and my little sister did us all by ourselves. Mom says it'll help the ponies when we fight the Legion. Bat? Lynn? Is that you? Terry gave him a staring look. If we fight the Legion. Are you being truthful about this? Look, the colt posted. I ain't lying, right, sister? Ow! She nuzzled the 2 hard and slit foreleg, was constant to expose his boastful spirit. Tell her to treat Tattle, her little sister demanded. He rubbed his sore foreleg with an agitated expression. Well, Mom helped. Only a little, he had. Cherry tickled down. Well, just don't go around telling ponies you did all the work. Your mother must be working equally as hard, and the others need to know. Tal stopped rubbing his foreleg, and with a nod from his sister, he each took the bandages from the bag the colt was carrying. Here, Tail said. Take one. Mother wants everyone in town to have one. Anna took the bag and tied it to his left foreleg. With a smile and a pat on the filly's pot-covered heads, he thanked her. The colt gave a brand to Cherry before she tied hers to one of her forelegs. As the filly came up with Neil with a cute innocent smile, Neil looked at her uneasily. The closer she got to him, the more she reminded him of Lou. The filly had put down the one who had called him a big brother. His eyes got wide as he looked up at him curiously. Are you okay, mister? Little filly asked Neil. His heart rate increased as those eyes stared into his. Like a flash of his life went before him, he saw it all again. The mad, evil pony who stood there, smiling, chuckling madly as he stood in front of the monster he had created. The world became muffled as he blinked, trying to force the thought out of his head. Brother, he heard faintly. Then in an almost booming tone, he snapped out his trance. Brother! Adam called, waving a hoof in his face. Billy cocked her head to one side, puzzled as he was acting. Here you go, mister. I hope you aren't sick, she said, tying the band up to his left foreleg. Cherry thanked them, and the 2 young ones danced off to finish giving ponies the bands they had made for the town. Adam went out to his brother and looked at him curiously. Looky, what was that? You just kind of stood there. You had a real shocked expression, too, like you saw a ghost or something, Cherry added. Neil shook his head and coughed quickly to decide the sensation in his body. No, it was nothing. I'm fine, he replied in a somber tone. All right, Cherry said uncertainly. Let's go check on the miners. Then we can help with the rest of the town, Cherry said, striding off towards the town hall at the center of town. Before Neil and Al went to follow her, Al went over to his brother and looked out in eyes for a stare that spoke for itself. Though Neil heard nothing from his brother, you could tell he knew, even to some degree, what might have happened. You thought about her, didn't you? Neil shook his head, starting with the walking to town hall. I don't want to talk about it, he said softly in a depressed tone of voice. Al stood there for a moment before and spoke to his brother. Neil paused and turned his head to his younger brother. not looking at her directly. Anna took a deep breath and sighed. Brother, I didn't think that this would have affected you this much. You're not the only one who misses her. Neil looked down to the ground for a moment before looking to his brother. With a sad, almost blank eyes, Neil spoke. I know, Adam. He turned his head back to the direction of the town hall. I miss her. He stated mournfully before pointing to join Terry. Adam shook his head and looked up at the pale, cloudy sky above with a deep, unknowing feeling inside him. Mom, what would you do in this situation? The inside of the town hall was dim with pale light as the three entered the structure. The windows were boarded, the floor fortified by planks and smaller metal poles. The once empty main room was now filled with tools and supplies for digging. Early in the morning, some of the miners had brought them up from the mine. They did so secretly, though as soon as they were done, they returned to work on the tunnel below. There was an empty drawer that used to be a barricade, a small door on the other side of the building. This drawer was open, and as the three passed it, Terry went over to it and looked outside in curiosity. It had a small, wrapped-up old flag inside, a small old piece of parchment with a little writing on it laying there undisturbed. Neil still felt bad inside. He should have controlled himself. Now he was left following them with a feeling of guilt and regret. Though not unbearable, it was still present, and that is what bothered him. Adam tried to let it go and move on. He hoped he would just let the feeling move too, focus on the task ahead of them. Neil blinked at Cherry as she stood over the open drawer while examining the contents inside. Adam came up next to his older brother and went to see what he was looking at. The two brothers looked inside the empty old dark bars and pulled their old flag out. What is it? Adam asked, looking over the dark blue, red striped flag she held. She chuckled briefly. I was looking at it nostalgically. It's one of the old coalition flags we used to fly over town. Not the reason it burned them all. Neil looked at the curious flag she held before turning his attention to the piece of parchment in the box. Limited to his face and read it. They're song lyrics. Just some kind of hymn. Adam went over to his brother and read the wiring on the parchment. They are, but why are they in the drawer? Here, Terry said, calmly taking a look at the paper herself. I was just an old thing the coalition used to sing. Guards used to sing it sometimes. Probably better if we leave these things here. We need to go and check on the miners. You sure you don't want to look at this stuff a little longer? Adam asked, surprised at her definition. Neil turned away from the two ponies, who stood over the items in the box, with the intent of completing their assigned task. Let's just get the job done. You always come back for it. I went over to join his brother aside. That's right. Come on. Get the rest of the day. Let's just get this out of the way first. She put the things back down in the box, with a glimmer of sadness in her eyes. Yeah, I'm coming. What's the two brothers? We're already starting to leave the room. Check in on the miners. Though, as she went to leave the room to the cellar door, the lower section of the town, she could not help but stop herself and look back at the things she had looked in the drawer box. Even if it was just a moment, she looked out with an old sadness before going down to where the miners were working. But as the cellar door closed, the main entry door to the town creaked, and Sal and Teal pulled their heads inside the room. They both stuck their heads through a small crack in the door and scanned the room cautiously. You think you're supposed to be in here while grown-ups work? Teal asked nervously. Tal gave her a puzzled, partial look. We're supposed to go in. Mom said we need to give every pony a band. As he said, it would help spread. They both stood aside and tried to think of how to pronounce a word. Morales? Morale? Teal asked consensually. Yeah, that's it. I knew how to say it. No, you didn't. Yeah, ha! Nah, the two did not, the two! Teal thought of a way to outsmart her older brother. Scissor smiled. And both will tell he said, did not! She just smiled down for a moment, giving him a winning expression. We, the Colt said, realizing what he just said. Yeah, fair, you cheated! Nope, no real argument. Just who's wrong and who's right. Teal taunted him. He pouted, lowered his head, and ears folded back. You're lucky you caught me off guard. You're always off guard, she mocked him with a cocky snicker. And not, he retaliated in defense. Are you gonna go there again? He thought for a moment. No. Good, now let's focus. After all, they're gonna need bands too, the little fed surged through the room. The cultist nodded at her with a contented, dull look. He still didn't like the fact that she outsmarted him, but they were on a mission, and he wanted to find where the Myers were, so he needed to join his sister in the search for Meyer ponies. Tail came over to the open door towards the end of the room, looked curiously down on it. She called her brother to come over and look at the odd things she had found inside the little wooden container. She took the old flag and carefully examined it. "What did you find, sis?" Dakota asked, looking at the flag himself. "I don't know. It looks like one of those flags we used to wave over our town." The little cold held a light bulb and sparkled in his head. Maybe the mayor doesn't know about this flag. This is how much morale is spread. The little filly put a hook to her chin. She thought, "Yeah, that's a great idea." "Good. I'll sum in my bag for later," Tal proclaimed, putting the flag in a small saddle bag. Just then, Tail noticed a small parchment inside the box. What's this?" she said, picking it up and reading the words written on it. Tal noticed what his sister was doing, and eagerly poked her head, looking at the paper as he was reading. On the parchment, the words were lyrics. Lyrics to the hymn of the Still Coalition. The song on the parchment read, "Wait a minute. Is that a Les Mis song?" Finally, folks, for the first time on this channel, we're about to do some Les Mis! Enjoy! Do you hear the ponies cry, crying a lonely, heartfelt tune? It is the tune of lonely ponies in the dark without a light. Do you hear the ponies rise, raising their arms up to the cause of angry ponies that will certainly win the night? Do you listen to the tune of distant tears? It is the sound of ponies marching for today the bullets bite. Do you hear the ponies here, cheering on the ends of days are gone? It is the future that they fight for tomorrow's dawn. What? Oh, come on! Is the idea that I'm a Les Mis fan really such a shock? They both smiled at each other and put the paper in Tal's bag. "This is cool! I never knew they had a song. We should learn it and show Mom, and Mary will be really proud of us and stuff." "You'll be so cool, Tal. She might even let it to guard part of the ponies." Tal made his way to the door of Anticipation Building. "Let's go now! Sooner the better, right?" "What about the Myers? Don't we still need to give them bands too?" Colt rolled his eyes. "We got all day. We'll do it later. Right now, we gotta go learn the song. Find a stick or a pole for the flag." Tail felt a little unsure with the idea, but a large portion of her wanted to go with her brother and impress the mayor and her mother. So she let her interest in the song and flag overtake her as she got caught up with her brother. "You're right. We got all day. We got one day more." "Oh, you see what you did, Vic? You got it started." "I don't think they're going anywhere. Plus, we got tomorrow, right?" "Yep. And the mayor will be super happy when we see what we learn." With that, he went outside with his sister and closed the town hall and the door behind him. You know, that was the problem with Spires of Magic, besides everything else. There was no song! How can you call yourself an epic pony fic without at least one song? The way down below the town was dark and musty, with the smell of damp dirt in the air. As they came down the dirt incline was laid down, they saw a dying yellow light glowing at the bottom of the path. At the bottom was a huge, almost oval-shaped tunnel that stretched widely across from wall to wall, so far forward that the ending was difficult to see. All three of them looked in marvel and awe at what the Myers had accomplished in such little time, and to think they still had more ground to cover. To make their visit quick, they all galloped down the long cave that the diggers had created. As they went along, they noticed a small light nailed to the tunnel wall, and along the ceiling were small, round silver discs. The discs had green and red blinking lights at the center. These odd things puzzled Adam. He researched the diggers before, but this was something he hadn't seen before. Then again, it was possible that the miners put discs there, not the diggers. It took a few minutes of galloping, but they had finally found the three diggers and the 16 or so miners working on the tunnel wall in front of them. As the diggers moved forward a bit, a large tube at the end of the machine reached up to the tunnel ceiling with a loud steam. It pressed itself to the top of the tunnel and retracted itself. leaving the small mill just behind. Adam paused to look at the machine's work. To Adam, it was like once a miracle happened before him. It amazed him so much, so he just sat there and stared at the machine in awe as he worked. Neil patted him on the back before he went back to the miners. Take it in. It was your idea. Adam stood up and shook his head, stepping out of his odd trance. Yeah, it's a little shocking to see the whole thing unfold so clearly. Neil just calmly smiled at him. For one, the miners noticed him. It was Iron Vein. It looked as if he were expecting someone to come down. He had an iron mining helmet with supported a small light in the front, with a pair of old working goggles dangling from his neck.
There, I was getting a little worried for a moment before I came back down for the last night when the mayor says he sent somebody down a long time ago.
We're sorry about that, Iron Vein, but we hear a few tiny little things along the way, she said in a shy manner.
Huh, Iron Face shrugged. Well, at least you came down. Work has been a little slower now that we've hit a small quartz vein, but the progress is coming along well.
Al looked over to the drills, eyed them impressively as they dug. I could see in the books online where they said that these things could dig. Look how far he got in one night.
Yep,
Iron Vein said while adjusting his mining hat.
we're getting closer to the perimeter every hour. Soon, we'll be home free, and we can leave that town and its issues behind us.
Iron Vein looked back to the diggers and scanned them, calculating something in his mind.
And based on the speed and ground we're hauling, we should be out of here in 2 days.
Adam rubbed the back of his head for a long moment, feeling proud of himself. See, I can do the math.
Yep, boy, I can't wait to get out of here. Thanks to you, Neo and Cherry. We got something to eat every now and again while we work.
Cherry smiled at him with a gentle nod. Say, is there anything I have to report to the surface? Iron Vein rubbed his chin with a huff deep in thought.
Well, can't think of anything in the moment. Cycling systems on these babies are a little old and unstable, and the disk supports won't last us more than a few days. But we'll be out of here before they become real problems.
Neo stepped in with a puzzling stare at the miner. Recycling systems?
Yep, these babies couldn't run without them.
Al looked up to his older brother. Here, let me explain. The biggest issue with digging is the large amount of dirt you have to relocate while digging. The this machine says took dirt back. These fields not only dig, but disintegrate the dirt into a fine, magically charged white powder. He pointed to the tips of the ends of their engines, distinctly pointed out the small, almost unnoticeable sparks coming from the digger's drills. The ends have filter vacuums that suck up the stuff. Then it gets recycled into energy and sent back as dust.
Not too much dust, and the method isn't the kindness on the engines. But this is the way we've had to do it without consuming wood, or a valuable fuel resource.
Iron Vein added. As for the disc, Al continued, not sure what those are. Didn't you say something about them being tunnel supports? Iron Vein nodded.
I sure did. Those things magically hold up the tunnel ceiling, and every now and again we need to place another in the support tunnel.
How come they aren't in the books I read? Not the field manuals, the construction book, all listed all the features.
Well, kid, they aren't here because they aren't included with the basic model. These drills had them on as an attachment when we found them. Before the Legion came, we would take the discs and support tunnels as we mined in the areas.
Hi, Mouse! One of the digger operator ponies called out.
Iron Fang turned toward the digger and called back. What is it, Mac? I'm talking here. Yeah, but we need one more guy helping us on this thing.
Iron Fang just looked back at his visitors and smiled shyly before yelling back to the work pony in an aggravated tone.
Just get to working! Come over there myself after I'm done!
The worker pony just gave him a disapproving stare before getting back to his work.
Anyway, things are really smooth down here. Once the next shift layer comes, I can help Topside with the preparation of the town's defenses.
Well, thank you, Iron Vine. While it's after the miners down here, we wouldn't want something to happen, Jack cooed hopefully. Wait so playfully.
We got it covered down here. I haven't had one accident while digging. Don't plan on having my first anytime soon.
Just be careful anyway, Adam commented.
I will.
He paused as he noticed a Pegasus mare with one wing bolted down the tunnel.
Please, what the hell is she doing down here?
Neil looked at her. Isn't that the Pegasus from when we got here? Yeah, what is she doing down here? Adam asked. The rest of the group turned to her as she honed in on the precision with more look in her eyes. Guys! Weapons strategic team is back, and the whole beta tower is gone!
They all looked at her in shock.
What do you mean, gone? He picked heavily for a moment, caught a breath for the split he made. We found the weapons, but the whole town was completely razed. The whole Raider town burned to the ground. They also found tens of Raiders in pits, dying, dead, or completely mutilated. They found one buddy who was alive, but beat up in a cage. He wasn't a Raider. He begged for help, so the guys bringing him on to the cleric. The two brothers looked at themselves in horrified confusion for a moment, before looking back at one-winged Pegasus. Oh, you missed an opportunity there, dude. You should have said that her name was Angel Dust. Okay, Trixie's afraid to ask, but why would she need to be called Angel Dust? Simple. She has one wing, right? Yeah. Oh no. That way, we can call her a one-winged angel! Boom! I take it where I go. What does that have to do with us? Neil now felt a small fear rush down their necks for a brief moment. But Claire also said they need to tell you about immediately, about the weapons they found. Terry stepped in between the two brothers. Fine, take us to where Red Claire is. I'm fine, get back to working on the tunnel. Adam, Neil, let's go. The faces took another second to catch their breath for a moment, for mostly had to hurry with her back to the surface. As they left, called down in the tunnel, Good luck! This is for the Myers. As he ran, Neil thought to himself as he felt fear and exhilarating sensation of determination. What happened? What could be wrong with those weapons? This makes sense. I can't just keep asking questions. I need to focus on finding out what's going on once we get up there. Hope what Red Claire has to say is good, as I have a feeling things are about to get a hell of a lot worse. Lieutenant Covert stepped outside his tent to the cool outside air. He quickly scoured the area around him for suspicious behavior. And as it would seem, Lee's ponies went about their day in camp. Though what he did notice was ponies gathering their weapons and armor together. It wasn't a huge thing to be concerned about. He still thought it odd for the men to be out that way. Though, he needed to check on the captain, who was at the main tent. He wanted to inform him that the Emperor was coming to help address the rebellion in Arcannon. He hoped the news would change his mind on the town. As he marched his way to the captain's tent, you could hear the sound of the captain yelling out to someone in his tent. The lieutenant didn't want to disturb, nor let him be aware of his presence. So he moved silently over to the side of the captain's tent and placed the ear on the tent wall and listened to what was being said inside.
Why isn't it working?
I'm sorry, sir, but the blueprints the mercenary gave us didn't detail the fuel these things run on.
I don't care. I plan to order the troops and move out to the town today. If you and your sorry ass can't get the damn thing running by the time this army moves out, I'll gut you and eat your insides!
The captain was speaking to had a fierce tremble in his voice as he started to reply. Yes, sir. I'll look into it, sir.
You better!
He growled at the pony inside the tent. Though after a few seconds, he heard the flap to the inside of the tent open as the nervous armored soldier stepped outside. The soldier took a deep breath to calm the nervousness and went off to complete his task. The lieutenant curiously trotted over to the tent, before quickly jumping back behind the side wall as another soldier came up to the tent. But before he entered, he suspiciously scanned the area before going inside the captain's tent. The lieutenant suspected something might not be right, put his ear to the tent once more and listened.
What is it now?
Sir, it's me. I completed the task you asked of me.
Oh, Private, I thought for a moment that it was that stuttering fool, last key.
Yes, sir, and I listened in on the lieutenant's conversation with the Emperor, sir. There was a hint of pleasure in his voice as he responded to the private.
Oh, and what was it they were talking about?
They spoke of your accent, sir, and what you are committing treason, sir. There was a brief pause for the captain.
What? He talked to me a treason! I am the captain, not him! And what I plan to do will start a new age for this section of the Providence! I am the loyal one! Me! Not him!
And he roared, with a fist panting in fury. What do we do, sir? The captain took one last calming breath before answering.
Let's keep it under wraps. Let him think he's going to win. Then, I'll see to it that the lieutenant suffers for his crime against me, and when the best moment arises.
Is that your final order, sir?
Yes. You've done well, Private. You have rightfully earned that promotion I promised you.
but only when the lieutenant has been punished will I grant you your reward. There was a quick rustle from the sound of armor rubbing against itself, as the soldier inside saluted him. Very well, sir. I will help the others prepare for tonight, sir.
Very good, Private, very good. Now leave. I've got planning to do, and the spy we got inside the town has lost communications. We've got no clues as to how the defenses are set up, if they have any at all.
You could hear the armor of the soldier inside the tent move, as he assumed that he saluted the captain. Shortly, though, the soldier came outside the tent, looked around the area quickly, and started slowly off back into camp. The lieutenant needed to follow him, and if he told the other soldiers that he was a traitor, the whole situation might not be salvageable. So he acted decisively, took off for the soldier who told Captain Cyrus of him and the Emperor's intentions. First, he calmly followed the soldier when he was a fair distance away, not to draw attention to himself. But as he moved closer, he picked up the speed of his walk to that of a quiet trot. He homed in on him with a plan he hoped fix the whole mess Cyrus was about to put the whole perimeter in. He came from his side and grabbed an unsuspecting soldier, and took him over to an empty tent on the side of them. He shoved him inside the tent and closed the tent flap behind him. The soldier stood there, looking at the eyes of a determined, loyal subordinate. The soldier scrambled to get himself together, as he nervously tried to get a grip on his current status. Oh, well, sir, what can I help you with, sir?
Silence, you traitorous dog!
Lieutenant hissed at him, trying to keep his voice in a quiet tone. The soldier reacted instinctively, sat to the test and, Yes, sir! He went back. Lieutenant looked down at him disapprovingly. I overheard your little chat with the captain. He came out to the stiff soldier, swung his foreleg around the soldier in a friendly manner. What are you doing with the captain? Might be seen as treason in the eyes of our lord. The soldier is a little bewildered. I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
The hell you do! He barked.
The soldier flinched as the lieutenant cooled off for his outburst. Listen, as you know, our emperor is coming. If you were to find out you helped our captain with treason, oh, I can't dare imagine what he might do to you. He whispered in an almost sing-song tone. Like what? Well, for one, you might be crucified. Or you could be gutted, ground, beaten to death, hose removed and thrown to the wasteland, or... Please, sir! But I would be more than willing to give you a second chance, if you will. The soldier thought about it for a moment and nodded at him. If I could help bring the captain down, will I be forgiven? Lieutenant patted the soldier's breastplate softly. Why, of course you will. Not only that, but I can smell a promotion to whoever helped bring him down as well. The soldier nodded in thought as the lieutenant proposed this deal with him. The only thing I need from you is to get the other troops to help when I give them the signal to take him down. The armor-clad pony thought deeply on the matter for a moment longer. Is that all, sir? Yes. The uncertain look on the pony's face was present and clear as he thought hard on the subject. The lieutenant eyed him with a tempting smile. Well, all it takes is for you to tell the others. With a relieving sigh, the soldier straightened himself and saluted the lieutenant.
In the true name of the Legion, I will serve all you faithful in the Legion.
Good. The lieutenant took out an old pocket watch from one of the pockets of his armor. Quickly glanced at it. Now, what are your orders?
To aid you in taking down Captain Cyrus, sir.
And what did you hear?
Hear what, sir?
This gave him the same pleased smile. Excellent. Now go inform the others and tell them not to act until I give them the order to apprehend him.
With a quick salute, he serried. Yes, sir!
The lieutenant soldier left his head. While the soldier made his way back into camp, the lieutenant looked once more at his pocket watch. Hopefully, the Emperor won't make it here too late.
Lieutenant!
He heard the captain scream to him as he stood there in front of the tent. He looked at him and hoped he wasn't calling out for the reason he was thinking of. The captain approached him with excited, yet pleased aura about him.
Lieutenant, I've had a stroke of genius. I figure from the information our spy we set up inside the town that the defenses are not yet to the defensive standards. Though I haven't been able to contact her of late, it might be possible the reckoning might be above this part of the province.
The lieutenant let out a small mental relief sigh. I see. This would be the first time the reckoning has been over in this part of the province. So, do you plan on going through the attack? I spoke with the Emperor earlier today, and he plans on helping take care of the matter himself. Yep, the captain turned his back to the stallion, hard on the matter for a moment. With a slow, almost unnatural turn, he grinned at him. Let him come. It won't ruin my plans. Nope, not one bit. The lieutenant already knew his plans. Everyone on the whole perimeter could tell what he was planning. But something inside him was still hungry to ask. With a curious raised eyebrow, he asked, Is there something on your mind, sir? With an almost devious Charlie snarled, Yes, the attack. You see, that town has not only defied me, but the whole of the Legion! It's about to see chose me. Me, of all the others, to be the one to discipline this town. And yet, he wants me to sit here and watch them. I don't like it when we don't do anything. Day after day, it's just sitting! Lieutenant gazed at him with worry as he tried to salvage the situation. But sir, should we think about this? Wait for his majesty instead! No! He boomed. He'll see what I did. He'll reward me. Yes, like on the border. I'll be embraced by our god as a hero! A hero! Then, what are your orders, sir? Do you plan on attacking? He had wild eyes. Eyes which bare no attention of reason, filled the void where his soul should have been. Huh. When to attack? When to attack? We're going to attack the town tonight. Yes, that should work very well. Lieutenant became very cautious of his actions. His mind cautiously screamed to him to take him down and stop him. Then again, a wall of fear built itself inside him. Fear that managed to build a thick wall around him, preventing him from acting. He did not show it. He was struggling to make the decision. He fixed the third imposter. Should I order the snipers to prepare all along the troops, sir? So his fear could be hardly heard in his voice. He hesitated on acting. No. Order the wagons, troops, and motor team to prepare. I want to get down and get personal with them. But wouldn't the motor team contradict that order, sir? Looked down in a confused manner, grin completely gone. Leaned forward to him, keeping the same bewildered, terrifying stare at him as he towered over him. What was that you said? He whispered on the edge of insanity. The lieutenant could not take it any more as he felt the fear overcome him. Looked down on the ground in fear. Nothing, sir. Lord Vector still down to eye level with him, grin slowly returning. I thought so. I'll go inform the troops, sir. When will the attack begin again, sir? His eyes became calmer as he smiled gently into the tent. I have often wondered what it must be like to die. I always imagined it to be glorious. The statement confused the lieutenant. At this point, all he knew he could not stop the captain yet. What, sir? He turned his back and chuckled briefly. Just prepare the troops, lieutenant. We attack the night before the sun completely lowers. Yes, sir. With a rather dull and weak pitiful salute, the lieutenant turned to his complete order his assignment. Even he knew he didn't need to do it. His emotions drove his thoughts as he did what he was told. But as he started to walk off towards the Sarah the captain purred so they did that froze him for a brief moment. I could tell the coming battle will hold interesting things for us both. He said nothing more and continued to his tent, humming to himself. Lieutenant blinked for a moment as he thought about those words. He was struck in pure fear, for he saw his own death as he stood there. He shook his head, rapidly trying to loosen up fears on his grip for him before going to gather the troops. But if he didn't stop the captain, tear down the wall in his mind, not only would the town suffer, but so would he. Neil, Adam, and Cherry, along with Breezeheart, dashed as fast as they could to the clinic. They were all tired from the mad and sudden sprint to see what the issue was with the weapons in this survivor pony. They approached the clinic. They saw some of the volunteer and enlisted ponies from earlier, standing outside the porch of the medical building. They slowed their speed as they came up to the porch before stopping, asking what had happened. The stallion just shrugged and said and he knew about the matter. All I know is that they brought some stallion with a note clipped to his neck and a blindfold around his eyes to the clinic. Is that it? Has he said who he is, or what happened? Neil asked urgently. The enlisted pony was simplistic and his letter barring shook his head. No, the guy doesn't look beat up a bit. He kept yelling fuck once we woke him up, when Ren and the sheriff brought him in. There weren't many ponies Lucy and Adam could think of about who the fuck consistently. They still nodded to his satisfaction. Alright, thanks. Is Red Claire in there? I need to talk about the weapons the salvage team brought back. I also need to talk to him about it, Terry added. Listen Pony just moved up to the side and nodded towards the door. He's inside, head in. They said they found him in a cage beat up bad. Well, like something about a slaver, and the Legion beating him up or something. Gotta tell you though, once he woke up, he was feisty as a hyped up filly on sugar. His response was shocking to both Neil and Cherry as he thought about who the survivor could be. There were slaves and other raiders that could have seen their little trick they pulled back in the ruins. And the odd chance there was some point to the raider they dealt with, things could get bad. Fast. They all went over to the entrance of the clinic. Before entering, Adam stopped to thank the pony for his help. When it was there again, the Melissa pony went back to his lazy guard duty. Inside the clinic, Frank Blair, the sheriff, and 2 other clinic workers tried their best to restrain the pony found. He whipped around fiercely in a chair as the clinic ponies tried their best to hold him still while applying bandages and a small bleeding wound on his neck. Meanwhile, the survivor pony spewed out a horrible bang at him. Stay the fuck away from me! Don't you fucking touch me! I'll get out of here and I'll fucking eat and every one of your scouts so you can't think no more! In an instant, Neo Cherry could tell who the pony was trying to take care of was. But it looked different. Bane was shorter, fresh scars and bruises all over his body. Yet personality-wise, he didn't seem to mind or caring about these things. Oh, sweet gases in the haven. You serious? Sherry said in bafflement. Your face off. You've got to be kidding with me. Is this some sick joke or something? Adam looked at him. What's this about him that surprises you two? Adam, the owl said in an almost shameful tone of voice. That pony over there is one of the head raiders we got the supplies from. For some stupid reason, he's right there. And here I thought we wouldn't see him again. Terry grunted in frustration. Raider stiffened up and quieted as he heard Neo and Terry's voices. When his ponies were relieved at his sudden halt of retaliation, seized the opportunity to finish operating on him. Is that you, Saber? Because if it is you, want these fucking pansies to untie me and let me kill your sorry ass! Fred Clare ignored his statement. He had a delightful look about him as he saw the 3 ponies he had sent for the entrance to the clinic. Made it. Not a moment too soon either. This guy's been giving me trouble for the past 5 minutes. Terry rolled his eyes. I thought so. He gave us a fair amount of trouble at Arcane Ruins. He stiffened again as he heard her voice, and a wooing-like tone spoke out to her. Oh, if it isn't my little slave, how about you help me amass her out of here? Then find ourselves a real good spot to serve me. Do well, I'll even let you. Terry interrupted him, trotted over to his childlessly grand face, and smacked it once with a tremendous force. Ray didn't notice the pain inflicted on him. Ooh, King Combat! I like it. So now just show him. Some pony police show him. I can't stand it anymore. Terry interjected. Ray herself realized she was serious about shooting him. Struggled again, free from his vice. Whoa there, girl! Shouldn't be well doing you much good when the Legion rolls out dances down the pot! Every pony in the room stopped what they were doing, but that was shock. It's Red Claire who stepped up the first to speak. You really want to get out, don't you? Using an excuse as stupid as that won't help your situation. The raider relaxed himself in the chair and gave a devil smile. Take it as you want. I don't care. You're the ones who are going to be needing to hear my words. When they find me, tell them I did my job. Be free to go while you fucking morons burn! Neil came out to him, put himself close to the raider's face. With his blindfolded eyes. If you're so confident about that, we'll just have to change you up a bit. By the time we're done, the Legion won't know the difference between you and us. The raider frowned instantly as he struggled to get manly friend. Fuck you, man! Not gonna stay here! Let me go! Not gonna die in this pansy-ass town! He had a smirk down his stride. Well, too bad. Looks like we might have to keep you here. We're not even sure you're telling the truth, so why should we worry? Plus, it'll be fun making you look all pretty like a little foal. Everyone in the room understand where he was going at. They could fool him once, they could do so again. Terry stepped in and played along. Oh, yes. I have some nice bows, and even a little dress you can use. Wonderful state of fire, and I think it'll look amazing on you. No! Please! Fucking let me go! It's the truth I tell you! The truth! He wailed compulsively. Neo stopped his teasing and let Red Glare come up to him. Are the Legion actually coming? Yes or no? Ray was struggling to see while he answered, You fucking kidding me? That dumbass Legion captain gave me a whole lecture on the subject before he got his boys to beat the shit out of me! Put me in one of our slave cages! Alan looked down carefully and asked the question of his own. Alright, if you are telling the truth, then answer this. What does he look like? What? The Legion boss guy? You know, I'm a sick fuck. That guy's a psycho! You are some kind of Legion good thing! Weird little hat. Made him look all boy-like. Had a sad smile. Like some demented drug or drinking buddy of mine! Tell you though, that fuck just told me all that shit. Told me to tell Slaver over there they're coming! Then he tied me up, blindfolded me. Then that dumbass bastard got his little fucks to beat the living shit out of me! But he said he'd let me pass the perimeter if I did this. Then you guys came by and saw me, busted me out of the damn cage and put me here! Does some kind of rock or some shit hit me on the way out something! Alan turned his way without saying another word. Not what the reader said. It took great consideration that he was telling the truth. Even if he was a whole pony whose purpose in life was to lie. I think he's telling the truth, Adam stated. Whoa! Terry yelled in surprise. Adam, Neil said, putting himself on his shoulder. This guy's messed up. He'll say anything to get out. But everything he says, that's just the way the team found him. Also explains the injuries. We all saw what the captain looked like when he first came here. I believe him. If there's a chance he's lying. Let's just kill that sad fuck! Breeze exclaimed from the corner of the room. Calm down, Breeze. We need to think about this. Red Glare replied in a restrained tone. I looked at the rare, and though he knew how foul and corrupt the pony was, taking his life for no reason, other than how legitimate his statements were, made him no better than a raider. Alan motioned for his older brother to follow him. Neil came over to him and listened to what he had to say. I need you to cut him free. Tearing a few regrets him oddly. Even Neil was a little hesitant on the ice he wide. Adam, Neil said, looking into his eyes. You sure you want me to do that? His younger brother nodded to him confidently. Neil nodded and sighed. Alright then, I trust you. But if things start sour, I don't know what's going to happen. Neil looked towards Red Glare and held his hose in the air as he was going to catch something. Red Glare, give me a gun. Red Glare tossed a small hunting rifle at his side to Neo, caught levitating at his side as he approached the raider. He had seized his blade in his mechanical foreleg and cut the raider free. So he did not remove his blindfold. The raider hopped out of his chair and stretched himself out, feeling his voice loosen. Much better! Thought you see it my way. Now get this fucking blindfold off! Neo put the end of his gun to his head as he reached for the blindfold on his face. Don't take it off, he said sternly. He felt the cold metal of the barrels touch his fur as he slowly put his nose down. Alright, Slaver, just calm the fuck down! You don't want that thing to go off! Hal just went up to him and looked him over before looking to the clank ponies. Do you think he could walk 1,000 paces in his condition? Both clank ponies looked at each other and then started stares. Sure, but why do you ask? Al smiled at him and motioned for his brother Red Glare to follow him. Red Glare, take the rear and follow me. Brother, keep down on him and make sure he doesn't do anything brass. Neo confidently nodded at him and raised the rifle as Red Glare looked down, pushed the raider towards Adam. Lead them over to the exit of the clank and back out of the dry wasteland air. As they made their way outside, every pony in the clank and outside watched to shove or push the raider along, followed them to see what they were doing with him. As the raider tumbled and fell, he swore constantly at Neo and Red Glare. Fuck you two! Fucking stop it! I'm warning you, if you fucks keep jerking me around like this, hey! Fucking stop! Adam leaned over the town gate. Adam came up to him, and a serious tone said, Walk 1,000 paces forward. Don't take out the blindfold until you reach 1,000. If you do, you have a sniper on the wall ready to take you out. Though there was no sniper, the threat of an imaginary one was just as scary. But what he didn't know wouldn't hurt him, sort of. But I can't fucking see! Can't even gas straight while fumbling around like a fucking idiot! You seem to understand what you need to do. That's good enough for me. You want to be free? There's your chance. I'll start counting at 5 if you don't start. The sniper will shoot you, okay? Spanish general directed. I'm not talking orders from a fucking kid! 1. Fuck you! 2. Fuck you! 3. 4. Fucking stop! 5. Remember, 1,000 pieces, Adam reminded him. Yeah, whatever. Just know if I ever run across you guys again, fucking kill ya! 5. No! Okay, I'm going! He cried, taking his first step. Rand felt his hose around carefully, and tried his best to move with no one in sight. A whole group of townsfolk watched him for a moment as he counted to himself, finally making his way to the lanes. After a while, though, Red Claire ordered the gate to close, and turned to the group of ponies amassed around the gate. As the gate finally closed, Neo gave one of the Melissa ponies a hunting rifle, looked at Red Claire as he stared out at the small crowd before him. His tone was dark and sad as he regretfully told the ponies before him of the news he just received. I regret what I'm about to say, but something you all need to know. A horrifying truth. One I was hoping wasn't true. He paused for a moment. The Legion is coming. And by the way the raider we found acted, I say they're coming soon. There's a murmur of confusion and uncertainty spread throughout the crowd. But the Legion doesn't know we're doing anything! How could they know? A pony exclaimed inside the crowd. I don't know, Redguard said, shaking his head. But they do, and they are coming. The ponies in the crowd whispered to each other in a disoriented manner as fear picked up. What if the Legion comes to the lair? What if we're not ready for attack? What about the children? Will they be safe? Yep, Adam, so the other town officials calmed the crowd down next to the crowd to reassure them everything would be alright. Now please, the last thing we need to do is panic. We foresaw this, and we've done our best to prepare. He's right! Breezehart said, coming out of the crowd and turning to him. For weeks now, we've seen loved ones die for the enjoyment of that bastard captain! For too long we sat idly by as the king here, and took what we worked so hard to earn! Several ponies nodded in agreement and listened to her. And when they come, they'll hear the voice of ponies and cry out in anger and resistance! We have the weapons, brave ponies, and food, and that's smart enough to kick their sorry asses back to Ironhoof, where they belong. We're a ready town, and blood, free will, and determination runs to us! If we stand here, cowering before them, we have already lost. Look around you. We haven't lost, and we'll die before we let them think they can win. Several of the crowd raised their hosts up in an uproaring agreement. So don't ask what will happen, except what will happen. Because the name marched out our front door, we'll be ready. Because of the passion of freedom is ours, and ours alone. And that is a weapon no army the Legion could ever have. And a glorious cheer, the crowd shouted in unison with a glorious chant of victory. Spree's heart raised her up high to the air, screaming, We will not be slaves again. Do you hear me, Cyrus? The Legion will fall! The town officials looked at Breezeheart, but upon the group with pride. A gentle pat on the back from Cherry, Red Glare, Neo, and the sheriff, they all thanked her for her speech. Neo nodded to the group and spoke up. We still need to work hard, though. If we really try, we can make it out of here before the Legion can come. I've seen you work, and I can tell you that within another day and night, we can make it. But remember, we still need to be vigilant. Keep that in mind. Red Glare motioned for his host to move out of the crowd. We'll all get back to work, every pony. Keep a lookout for the Legion. Let's not lose sight of what needs to be done. Back to the town, preparing for the now evident attack. Even Breezeheart went her own way as she returned to helping the prepare to barricade the Sarah town. Red Glare sighed heavily, rubbed the back of his neck in an uncertain manner. That could have gotten out of hoof real fast. Cherry came up to him and placed a hoof on his shoulder. I understand. The last thing we need is for ponies to panic. I know. Red Glare sighed. All that's going on. I sure would be able to hold an attack if it came. I'm not sure how we would either. But giving these folks hope is the best thing we could do for them at the moment, Neo added. Adam smiled at Red Glare murmuringly. They can't be all that bad. After all, those weapons and things you guys brought back should help us. Red Glare just looked at her, not daring to make eye contact with Adam. The weapons you guys brought back will help, right? Adam asked in an unsure tone. Red Glare did not say a word, He started walking to the side of the wall, making his way to a large wooden wagon. The wagon had an old tired cloth covering the top section of it, old metal wells, and several small carvings on the side. Neil, Terry, and Adam, along with their old town officials, followed him over to the old wooden wagon that was parked crookedly to the side. One smell, frankly, ripped back the cloth so it floated in the air for a brief softly. The whole group looked inside the wagon that had salvaged the gear inside. What was inside shocked them. All that was inside were several levered armored body test places, hunting rifles, a few machine guns, one Gatling gun, and 5 grenades. There was little ammunition included, scattered bullets and multiple kinds of weapons. To add on, didn't look like some of the weapons were best in condition. Neil gritted his teeth and turned his head for the supplies that he brought back. He didn't dare look what he brought back. What happened? What happened? When we went in there, I was sure they would get rid of half of their weapons. Half! Al went up to him and tried his best to comfort him. Not that bad. It could be much worse, brother. We need to be happy with what we're given, and not with what we expect to be given. With a quick pat on the back, Al went to a small stash of weapons, pulled out 2 leather chest pieces, put one on himself. With his duster, he was already more prepared for battle. See? The armor is in good condition. Let's go over here and try it on. Terry nodded to Adam. I do agree with Neil that I will spend in more. But you're right. What we have is what we have. Can't change it. Neil sighed, but Terry a moment before looking over to his little brother. But with that, how do we plan on protecting anyone? Rickler leaned on the wagon with the salvage items inside. In a thoughtful look, he said, I'm not proud of what we found either. I'm not sure how much difference it'll make in a fight. But we'll have to do what we can. I'm just not sure what we can do is enough. Neil came over and sighed calmly, taking the bar Adam had looked at it. He thought about what Red glaring years had said. Brother, let's try to do what we can. We'll make it through this. He said, putting himself on the armor his brother was levitating. Neil took off his duster and put the leather chest piece on his body before putting the duster on it. He looked at it and fell thinking about how much of a difference this all had on the town's defenses. But he had to suck up his pride, and this time there was no arguing. They were right. Though it disappointed him, there was little he could say. Guess we'll have to do our best, huh? Even if we didn't get the weapons I expected, Neil said calmly with a smile. Red Glare and the others still looked as if there was no way they could take on the Legion, even though they seemed prepared. Red Glare put the start tack on the wagon, and asked for years to follow him. Let's finish prepping the town. We still gotta go get that barricade up. We'll help with that, Neil said hopefully with his brother by his side. Terry came up alongside Adam and gave a ratatouille smile. I'll help too. Later saw walk off to the pile of certain furniture and items in the street. Saw him help get a barricade to protect this area of town. I just hope this Tucker rebellion doesn't end the way I think it will. I just hope we've done the right thing and kept quiet about this. She sighed before calmly trotting down the street. The cloud-covered sky was a faint orange hue as the evening slowly turned to night. Most of the work had been done for today, and the barricades and fences they spent the whole day preparing were only partially done. Though the vast massive barricade they created in the center of town, all they needed to do was just continue, as a pile of whole plethora of assorted items fortified was already there. Thus, considering that the townsfolk of Arkan used most of their home furniture to build a barricade, still fairly impressive, though not completed as of yet. But as the night encroached every pony in town, minus most of the miners, were resting and preparing for the next day ahead of them. By resting, this of course meant they were at the inn where Breezeheart stood on a table chanting, preaching about the victories he would have against the Legion. Red Glare didn't approve of her most constant patriotism, but nevertheless, he would have found the probably cheer of hope rather than panicking in fear. The whole town by now knew of the now inevitable attack by the Legion. Every time the ponies became agitated or uneasy by the thought, Breezeheart, the one-winged Pegasus, would just praise the newfound strength and how their bravery would win the day. Of course, Neil and Adam couldn't join the merriment inside the inn. Rather, they stayed outside and watched the sky peacefully turn darker as time passed. It was close as they had come to seeing the actual sun. Just imagining the large shining disk in the sky was enchanting. When all the noise inside, it made the experience that much more better. Terry wasn't inside the inn either, but rather with the many little fillies across the town, playing out in the cool evening on the main dirt road leading to the sky. They tumbled and chased each other, But playfully, as the two brothers watched it from out in the sky. I can see it now, everybody. The whole legion are riding to the side of the slaves, holding their own. Nothing can strike us down! Nothing! There was a tear in the mouth's pines from inside the inn. How many of you want to see the dawn of a new day? Free from worry or fear! I say that every day is not just a fantasy, but a reality! When we, as a whole, can see the dawning over the horizon! I know I won't let them take that from me. Will you let them take that from you? There was another victorious roar, boomed from the inside, as the two brothers listened to him from the outside in on the porch. I say, let us drink to our victory! Because nothing can stop the winning of the spirit of hope on our sides! Neo shook his head, chuckling lightly to himself. What a character she is. I'm glad Red Glare let her speak out to them. It's better to believe in something than nothing at all, brother. Neo ruffled his younger brother's mane gently with it. Let's just hope they decide to do something stupid because of those beliefs. Wouldn't be the first time. Cool Blue said, coming out the inn and onto the porch, guitar at his side. He sat down next to him and pulled the instrument up to his body, and started playing a slow, calming tune. I looked towards him. How's he could play that without magic? He didn't halt his playing as he answered. Practice, kid. Lots and lots of practice. And a little bit nagging from my folks. I went back to the way he was, satisfied with the answer. You guys heading up to Silvermane Tower after all this? Called Blue, still not losing the beat of his song. He blinked down as he could not think of a proper answer. You say your wife may be able to help us. I'm not sure how I am about it. I've been told things, and at times promised things too. If they all turn out to be hoaxes or lies in one way or the other. Just like the way you lied to a little kid about a promise you know you can't keep. Musical Pony chuckled for a moment. Won't lie to you, but you're right. I can't promise you two till know where she is. Can't say though. If there's anyone in the province who knows where she is, it's my wife. Two brothers looked down once more. Then again, I know DJ Pone 3 will actually know where she is. I've met that girl, and she doesn't fool around when it comes to getting information. And how far away is she? Kid, you better going out to Silvermane, unless you plan to head that far to central Equestria. She won't be much help to you. Not even half the province gets her radio station. And that should tell you something about how far away she is from here. Neo sighed and brought the sides of his head in frustration. But what if we just go on there for nothing? I don't want to go to a report that doesn't say we're not any closer. That might not be so. But the way you make it sound, looks like you already given up before you even tried. No famous pony on this planet ever got anywhere just by giving up. But what about but nothing? You two, especially need to man up. Buckle down and do what you set out to do regardless of your success. Cold Blue sighed before putting down his guitar. I'll tell you this again, and I mean it when I say it. But Neo, listen to me. I can't promise that going to Silvermane Tower will fix your problems, but it is your best shot regarding what you say. Neo rubbed the back of the fur of his neck. I'm not sure how this will end, and I took Neo's pet bot calmly, with a peaceful glow in his eyes. He worked a small four-legged computer as if it was his own, until it beat once softly. With a gentle movement, he put his foreleg down and patted the device. I put down the location of the tower on your pet buck. If you really want to find her, this is where you should go. Neil didn't say anything back to him. He couldn't think of anything worth saying. Not saying anything at all. He constantly listened to the merriments of ponies inside the inn, as he watched Cherry play various games with a few young ones in the cool evening air. You know, Alice said hopefully, I feel like nothing could ruin this peaceful night. Here's like, you go! Woo! Over the hill of the town, Captain Cyrus looks down through the old pair of binoculars. We're at a peaceful town below, with a greedy, envious glare. Lieutenant stood at his side and watched the small town below him as the other troops unpacked their equipment just out of firing range of town. Captain ordered the mortar team to prepare the attack on the town until he gave the order to start the bombardment. Lieutenant looked back at the team of motor ponies, just as ready to fire when ordered. Lieutenant inside, though, felt repressed at the idea of taking the captain face to face and ending this madness. This whole fear had on was strong enough to make him lose interest in stopping him. His heart makes of feelings that devastate him on the inside, though he could not physically show it. With a merry grin, the captain examined the town. Lieutenant looked to his captain before seeing the motor team give the signal they were ready to commence their bombardment. "They're ready, sir. You may give the order." The captain chuckled to himself before he gave the binoculars to the lieutenant.
Can you hear them? Can you hear them sing?
He said with a same wicked grin. Lieutenant tried to hear the singing, but mostly he could not hear anything. "I'm afraid not, sir." He sighed peacefully with his grin intact. "They're singing. Singing of day." This statement puzzled the lieutenant. "What does that have to do with anything, sir?" He just looked down at the small dimly-lighted town, grinning. "Prepare the first round of motors to fire!" "What, sir?"
You heard me.
He cooed. "Prepare the attack!" Lieutenant, confronting myself automatically salute him. "I'll tell you the crews, sir."
Yes, but do be quick. If they want a new day to dawn, then they shall have that day. For a new day will dawn when that sees this town put back in its place.
"Yes, I see, sir. I'll tell the troops to get ready at once," said the lieutenant before trying out to lead his soldiers. Cyrus waited for the lieutenant to finish preparing his motor team.
I do believe the worst is just beginning for this town. In fact, I think after the first ship goes off, I have their attention. I might have a word with them.
Ha! That would be nice. Lieutenant rushed over to the motor team, told him to wait for the captain's signal to fire the first shell into town. Once he made sure they were prepared, he went over to the captain with his hoof in the air to give the order to the motor team, who waited for his signal. Lieutenant just stood there with his hoof in the air, waiting for his order. "Well, sir, the team seems ready to fire when you are." He stared at him at the town, and his grin enlarged a natural smile. Calm whispered tone, he said, "Fire." Footnote: Level up. Your pip button now deploys close by sneaky targets, so keep your wits about you. Footnote: Level up. New perk. Tech galore. Repairing items with a low percentage now repair twice as good. Especially things like small computers or energy weapons and armor. Well, guys, just want to let you know right out the bat, this is where we're going to start getting into the long ones. A lot of these chapters from now on are are in the double digits. Next chapter is 22,000 words. So, tomorrow when you come to the show, sit down, relax, and get ready to enjoy yourself. I know I will.